All right. And we're back. Hold it out. I apologize. It's going to be broken up into two parts because, well, despite growing up in all this tech bullshit, I'm not real great with editing. So the video, I don't know why the hell it did it, but I paused the recording and it decided to cancel the recording. So we're doing two parts. So as I lost my train of thought before, I was talking about the dirty fucking nasty hipsters, the hippies, the millennials, all these idiots on the street screaming about, burning stuff to the rafters, doing this, doing that. But no, because it's a Democrat judge. And he did this. Hey, you're all happy. You believe every last inch of it. Which, I guess, you're not burning things to the ground, which is nice in celebration. I'm surprised you didn't. I figured you would have burnt half the cities to the ground just to celebrate. But, like I said before, it can be you. Very fast. It could be me. It could be anybody. And I don't understand why you choose to ignore that. That's the descent into communism. I mean, look at Yuri Bezmenov. Look at Paul Harvey. You laugh at these things. But how could they have been predicted to a T without people seeing what was actively going on? Ugh. Things aren't great right now. They really aren't. Despite what you're told every day. I'm terrified for any future family. I really am, guys. We are so close to World War III. We are so close to another Holocaust. I mean, the shit. Why are we supporting terrorists? Why? Can anybody in the comments please explain to me why there are college campuses supporting terrorists? Are our kids so easily manipulated? Oh my God, you know what it was? The hippie thing. So it used to be, sorry, I am so sorry. Used to be, oh man, don't trust the government, man. Don't trust big business, man. They're all out to get you, man. Now it's suck Big Daddy government's cock like Hunter Biden's 16-year-old crackdown niece did for him. And it's, oh man, big business, that's the best, man. Take the vaccine, ram it down your throat. Take the vaccine. You better take it. You're gonna get us sick. Put the mask on. Yeah. How well did any of that work? Blood clots the size of Johnny Holmes' cock. You only go to show, like, I may sound ridiculous being all over the place this whole, because, but you guys are the dummies. I mean, come on. You can see this shit happening right in front of you. And because you want to believe that the world is racist, you want to believe the world's rigged against you, you want to perpetually be the victim, you want to believe 1 in 3 women get raped, which, you know what, let me veer off here real quick, because this is something that really aggravates me. Okay, and it is a little statistic they use to keep you in fear and keep women constantly afraid of men and constantly slinging the same line of BS over and over and over again. If 1 in 3 women were raped, you would see it happening everywhere. It would be happening on the sidewalk on your drive to work. Everywhere. You'd go into the bathroom at work, oh, somebody's getting raped. You go into the bathroom at the restaurant, or you go break the seal at the bar, somebody's getting raped. Come on, use your fucking head. You know that's not happening, same as I do. Stop being stupid. All right, don't be a dummy. It's a fear tactic. And for a group of people that aren't supposed to trust the government, you certainly love humping those fear tactics. Oh, sickens me. Now men can't, then women bitching and moaning, oh, well, men don't come up to us anymore. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. Trevor Bauer's a great example of wondering why. Poor prick. Hopefully those women get what they deserve, and that's a lifetime in jail. Oh, fuck. That one really aggravates the shit out of me. Just like the tranny thing. The going into women's restrooms. I would be willing to bet that if you gave those weirdos their own restroom, half of them would stop doing it right away, and the other half would eventually stop doing it. Because at the end of the day, it's a mental illness, just like pedophilia is. And I'm sorry to lump those two together, but any adult male that puts a dress on and gets very upset that he can't go into a woman's restroom, I'm sorry, he's up to no good. He wants to look at little girls peeing. He wants to look at adult women doing whatever they do in there. He isn't about fucking going into the bathroom of his preferred choice. Please, people, stop being stupid. They're going to look back at us in 100 years and go, oh my God, what a bunch of savages. What happened? We were on our way and then we just collapsed into a bunch of degenerates. You libtards, you Democrats, and to some extent warmongering Republicans and whatnot, have set this country back and set this globe back by 1,000 fucking years. You, in all your effort to ride a high horse, because you feel stupid on a day-to-day. We all feel stupid on a day-to-day basis, but we don't go trying to destroy the country in an effort to feel smarter than everybody else. And since we're all over the place, let's continue that. The women on college campuses supporting terrorists. You're also feminists, I'd imagine. How do you square away the consistent graping of women and children? Why are you supporting that? I don't see... Let's pretend for a second that the IDF is doing everything you say they're doing, which they're not. We have plenty of proof they're not doing that. Their numbers are 5 dead terrorists, 5 dead piece of trash hummus to 1.5 civilians. It's unheard of in war. Absolutely unheard of in war, which is what this is. Hummus decided to go grape and murder people on a high holiday with such a level of viciousness that I vomited when I saw the videos. All right? I saw it. There's no convincing me that these are freedom fighters. These are animals. Absolute animals. And that's evident by the fact that nobody else will take them in either. They're fucking disgusting savages. How do you square that away? The raping of women and children. Explain that to me. Leave it in the comments. How do you justify that and still support terrorists? What are you doing, Miss Ryoko? Another thing I'd really like to know with all this, why do you believe what you're told? And I don't mean some idiot in a black and white scarf walks up to you and says Israel's committing genocide and you need to hate all the Jews and you just do it. What kind of sheep are you? The brain, you know, things used to rebel where you'd go, oh, wait a second. It's their elected government and they're turning aid materials into rockets. What you're saying to me doesn't really make sense. Okay. Instead of going that route, we'll just make it short and sweet. Man on the Street, I think is the name of the YouTube. He'll walk up to people. I watched one video where he walked up to all these protesters. What are you here for? Oh, I'm the wrong man to be asking about that. We're just here to support the cause. Go talk to the person leading it. Or Hamas is there protecting their citizens, da-da-da-da. It's all the same line of BS. But they're ignorant. Like one woman I was watching, he asked, do you know what Antifada means? Oh, that means free the Palestinian. No, ma'am, it means murder. It means murder all the Jews. And then he shows her what it means. And obviously murder all the Jews is not exact, but it's pretty damn close. He shows her what it really means. And then she goes, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe. Oh, maybe you shouldn't say murder the Jews. You're that stupid. And that's representative of most of those idiots there. Even in the media, Israel's genociding people. We took the numbers from Hamas. The numbers from Hamas. And determined that Israel was genociding people. Oh, come to find out it's not true. the Secretary of State or whatever the fuck it was came out and said, oh yeah, no, we were taking those numbers from Hamas. Turns out those numbers weren't accurate, but we pushed them anyways. You know, fog of war and whatnot. Oh, so you're admitting it's a war. Look, war is disgusting. War is bloody. War is violent. War is awful. That's why we go out of our way not to have them. I didn't think you were so stupid you needed to be explained as to why we go to avoid, or why we try to avoid war. But apparently you need it. So, honey, war ends up with a lot of buildings destroyed and a lot of people dead, never to see their loved ones again. Well, maybe the afterlife or some type of reincarnation, who knows? But people lose everything in war. So, what we do in civilized society, I know you don't know about civilized society, because if you did, you wouldn't have burnt buildings down 4 years ago and committed actual insurrection. The whole Chop and Chaz zone where people were raped and murdered left and right. They'll taken over the courthouse, insurrection, That nothing ever came of it, of course, because, they were fighting on the right side of history. Am I right, people? And you know what, real quick. No, I gotta finish this first. Yeah, it's utter nonsense. All right, we go out of our way to not have war because we don't want to see women and children dead. All right, but sometimes they happen when there's no other option. That is what currently is going on in Israel. They are fighting a terrorist group, almost an entire, we'll call them a state, of people that want them dead. Okay, they want them dead. They don't want peace. They don't want to coexist, because if they did, they could have taken the 5 chances they were given before and done that. How many times do they need to bite the hand before we go, okay, they're not open to peace, they are just murderous, raping animals? So, to recap, war is evil. That's why we don't have them. A war is currently going on. Suck it up, Buttercup. Stop supporting terrorists. And guess what? Here's another little tidbit. That whole anti-Zionist thing you guys use as a justification to be anti-Semitic is just anti-Semitism. The people convincing you that it's not anti-Semitism are also the same people that say it's okay to grape women and children, that make you pay a tax if you refuse to convert. Oh, and guess what? If you don't think you should be obligated to pay that tax, oh, sorry, bud. Enjoy the bullet to the back of your head. Enjoy watching your every woman in your family get graped. It's fucking gross. It really is. You people supporting this, you make me sick. You make me sick to my stomach. Not even because I'm Jewish. Just because of your stupidity. I don't understand. And the only thing I can think of is because none of these people are educated. They just want to think they're doing the right thing, riding their high horse, screaming their big words around. And that's it. The other option is they didn't really live through 9/11 like the rest of us did. Maybe they were infants. But that's it. They don't know the shit that pulled. And look, I got my own beefs with 9/11 there, where it was definitely dirty terrorists that did it, but there's a little more to it than just that. But aid and comfort to the fucking enemy? Are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah. Hey, Israel. I know they just came in and graped and murdered a bunch of people, and I know for like ever they've been launching rockets at you and trying to wipe you off the face of the planet. But, and I know you've done every effort within reason to kind of accommodate for these people, but yeah, give them aid and comfort. No, look, I know that Hamas is going to steal it. And that's just going to be another great excuse for us to trash you guys again. So yeah, give them the aid so the aid can get stolen so we can run our mouth and say you're not giving them enough aid, even though you're in a war and you shouldn't be giving aid and comfort to the enemy anyways. Wait, what do I know? This is some other stuff that pisses me off. I think we hit a few things. I mean, I don't really have a lot to say. It's a lot of this stuff. I don't feel like there's a need for an explanation. You should just understand it. What is the disconnect here, people? This stuff going on in front of you is very plainly an open act to destroy the country and destroy the fabric of our lives. They're trying to burn it up. And you guys are just sitting there saying, give me more, Daddy, give me more. Why? How can you see this shit going on right in front of your eyes and openly choose to ignore it or pretend it isn't happening? The border's a great example. How about the grape trees that you scream up and down aren't real, but people have videos and pictures of everything, like from start to finish? Obviously, nobody's got a video of some degenerate raping a child or a woman, but they have the rest of it. They have the migrants throwing the panties. I don't know why I'm calling them fucking migrants. They're illegal felons. They are fucking scumbags. All right, I'm so sick of this. All women and children just trying to get a fresh start. Well, if that's the case, why aren't they coming in the legal way? Don't give me that asylum bullshit, because they passed through 20 fucking different countries to get here that they could have stopped at. We'll get into that another day. That requires a whole big thing. One last thing I'd like to touch on before I leave you for the day. Abortion. Okay? I'm willing to admit that there are instances that there's rape, incest, things like that, but again, it accounts for, then this is coming from the government's own statistics, Planned Parenthood, not that they're a government organization. They might as well be at this point. That's another whole evil. We're doing a deep dive into Planned Parenthood, past what I did a few months ago with Margaret Sanger. Which, by the way, you're supporting a woman that wants dead blacks. Keep that in mind with Planned Parenthood. Every day you support that organization and scream for more abortions, you're screaming for more dead blacks. Because that's who it was built to target. Blacks, retards, and anybody that wasn't a white Christian. That's your lady you put on a statue. That's your lady you put on a pedestal, Margaret Sanger. The old anti-Semitic racist. The old eugenicist, just as bad as Hitler. Just didn't have the fucking funds or anything else to run the same kind of campaign. It's an evil, evil, evil organization. But anyways, by all generous, the most generous of statistics, because they can't just openly lie, because they will get called out about it, and they're going to have to change the stats anyways. 4.5 to 5% of all abortions are made up of that rape, incest, and medical emergency. The other 95% are convenience. I don't care, lady, that you're going to miss out on shared experiences because you couldn't keep your fucking legs closed. I don't care that you're going to college, so let's rip another human life out of our body. I don't care that you're not in the right place to have a kid. There's adoption. There are parents. That your argument that you only care about them in the womb after they come out, fuck them, that's not true. That is far from true. There are so many people looking for adoptions, and the system makes it intentionally hard to adopt. Go look into the adoption thing. It's a real scary thing. They'll give them to fags, no problem. They'll give them to the LGBTQAAIP triple double dribble cross. They'll give them to them all day, and look what happens when you do that. Give them to those degenerates. They sexually assault them and put their videos on the internet. Yeah. No. We can't possibly have this little kid go to a conservative Christian middle-class family. No. There they might end up well-adjusted. No. We need them to go to a bunch of queers so that they can be molested or treated like dolls or whatever it is, and then grow up to be more fucked and join your goddamn libtard machine. So, no. Plenty of people looking to adopt. And there's something like 3,000 crisis pregnancy centers that will help you from start to finish with your unborn child. All right, so stop with that excuse telling me there's no resources. There are so many resources for young or normal age pregnant women. All right, they will help you from start to finish, including giving that child up for adoption if that's what you want to do. Okay, so stop pretending. I'm so sick of it. Here's how we do this. This is very, very simple. Heartbeat. That's it. If you, and I don't want to hear that, women don't even know they're pregnant. They don't even know. I've only had a period my entire life, and then it disappeared for 3 months. But no, they couldn't possibly know. It doesn't take too much. Like, okay, when I date a woman, like, you know, I do this. It's real simple. Hey, we're having unprotected sex. Piss on a stick once a week. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's not that fucking difficult. I even pay for the pregnancy test. Which is, you know, my duty, naturally. If I'm the one wanting them to piss on a stick, I should be paying for the pregnancy test. But I've never had anybody go, oh, that's evil. How dare you? Of course not. It's common sense. It's common fucking sense. If you're having unprotected sex, you piss on a stick to find out if you're pregnant or not. I cannot stand the argument that women have no idea they're pregnant. So you're telling me, politicians there that are pushing for this nonsense, are you saying women are too stupid to piss on a stick? That's a question you should be asking yourselves, women. Are these politicians trying to tell you you're too fucking dumb to piss on a stick? Well, you might just be, given the amount of you that are trying to push for this horse shit. And having a baby's rough, I'm sure. But no excuse. That is a fucking baby. And, let me explain to you. That was a little strange. We still recording? We are still recording. Weird. So before I let you go here, let me leave you with a real sad, disgusting thing. So, an abortion, right? I'm gonna just blow through this one because it makes me so fucking sad. I don't really want to even be doing this, but it's not sad enough. They go in and they chop up a baby into pieces and then suck it out and then sell the stem cells and sell the carcass, the corpse of a small baby, for money. That's where they make their money. Government grants and selling off babies. Well, same thing. That's another thing, you fucking morons. I love when I watch these videos or I'm arguing with somebody and they go, it's not a baby, it's a fetus. Well, same fucking thing. Literally definite. See, I prefer to use the definition of fetus as tiny human like Charlie Kirk does, but I think its literal translation is offspring or something like that. Either way, it means fucking baby. You idiot. And zygote is a stage, not a type. Like, it's a stage of existence. It's like toddler. You're still a human. You're still a person. At this particular point, you're a toddler. That's all. And parasite, I mean, again, are you stupid? So you're okay after the baby's born. It's not a parasite, but it still requires the suckling of the mother. So how it would still be a parasite by your after it's born, but you're okay with that? I don't know. It seems like if you want to murder babies, you should want to murder babies until they're not babies anymore. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. You sick fucks. So I digress again. Babies, abortions. So let's go play by play here. Woman gets on the table. She spreads her legs again for the 6,000th time, because generally a woman going to Planned Parenthood for a second or third time. And that's who we're going to use for this example, because there's plenty of that. Let's not pretend like there's not a very, very, very large swath of women that have punch cards for abortions, like it's Subway sandwiches. She spreads her legs. They never show her a picture of the ultrasound. They don't do that because they know if they do that, that's a lot of emotional attachment comes from that. There's a lot of women that say it wasn't real until I saw the ultrasound. So they intentionally don't do that. Bear with me. Oh, that's a tasty beverage. So, she spreads her legs for the 8 millionth time. Nothing new to her. Dr. Liberal McWolski throws his gloves on And then they stick their little tools up in there and start slicing this baby up to bits like it's goddamn Gordon Ramsay cooking in the kitchen. Now, mind you, on the ultrasound, depending the age of the baby, they can actually see the baby wriggling away from the tools they're using to murder it. Okay, so let's not pretend this isn't a murder. It's a murder. And then they suck the baby out like nothing ever happened. And I'm sorry, hon, I don't feel bad for you. I don't care that 10 years from now you're going to regret that abortion. I appreciate that you're going to try and go out and explain to young women why they shouldn't be doing it. That I really do appreciate, but I don't give a fuck about how it impacts you mentally. That is a very bad argument to use when you made the choice. You had other options. Real simple. Abortion. No, Jesus Christ. That is real simple, but it's the wrong way. Real simple. Adoption. That's it. Or hey, here's a thought. Raise the baby. I know plenty of black women, just to put it into your wheelhouse here so you can understand it. I know a lot of black women that had a baby and still went to college. Sure, it took them an extra year or two because they had to move a little slower than everybody else, and they weren't able to go out and get crunked and fucking spread their legs for 800 different guys and go to protests. They had to solely focus on school. I know there are millions of women that have done it. So it's not about, impacting your education. You just didn't want to be a mother. You were just too fucking lazy to deal with the ramifications of your actions. And that's what we're left with. Lazy, disgusting murderers. I don't feel guilty for you. I don't feel sad for your decision. I do in the instance of medical. That's not your fault. And I do believe that the child born of incest would be in for a very rough life, and I'm for that. As far as the grape thing goes, I don't think you should meet evil with evil. Okay? I understand that this is one of the few instances where I'm torn because I do understand why a woman would want to do it. But at the same time, there is adoption. You can give that baby up and never have to look at it again. The person that committed that act, God willing, is rotting in a jail cell or dead, one or the other, or getting his cock sliced into little pieces in some torture room, whatever it is. He's suffering, the man that did it to you. The baby is not the man or the lady that raped you, okay? So should the baby suffer when the person that committed the crime is already, they're already getting the repercussions of their actions? I don't think so personally, but again, it's one I'm willing to bend the knee on. It's really tough. That's all. You women are disgusting. Like the woman I'm seeing now has strong ethics, knows what they want. Funny, their lives together. They're a registered nurse. They're doing good. And the idea of abortion to this woman and many others like her is sickening. Absolutely sickening. So what do you say to her? Is she just brainwashed by the patriarchy? Or is she capable of seeing past the bullshit being slung in her direction and realizing, oh, that's a life. Why would you kill the life? I don't know. We're all over the place again. I just want to leave you guys with one last thought before I get over to my destiny. Two thoughts. Final shape, destiny, awesome. Fucking awesome. Like, I have stopped playing Destiny because they were screwing us for so long. Fucking, you can buy a $60 DLC and it's 3 hours of gameplay and a new gun. Ooh, zippity-doo-dah. But this one, first off, they bring Cade back. Fuck yeah, right? And, it's an entirely different game, but it's different enough where I had to go back and kind of start from the beginning, and I'm a seasoned vet, dude. I've been playing Destiny since 2009, I think, or 2010. Been almost 15, 16 years of this. And I had been so disheartened by all the times Bungie fucked people, their consumer, that I'd almost just stopped playing, period. But Lightfall was free. on PlayStation, and then I decided to check that out. And I saw the Final Shape, and I bought the Final Shape, and goddamn, I was glad I did. So pick up the Final Shape. The final thing. This is that back in the vein of fiery things to talk about, shall we say. Spousal abuse. This is quick. We'll go into it another day when I feel like it. But I just find this really interesting. So we're going to go from lowest percentage of abuse rates in a relationship to highest. So the first is gays. It's almost negligible. I think it's below 5%, 10% of spousal abuse in gay households. And I would venture a guess it's probably because it's two men that know it won't. If they start hitting each other, they're gonna beat the fuck out of each other, and they both don't want to go to the hospital with broken bones, cuts, and all sorts of other shit. So they probably avoid it like the plague. The next is a heterosexual couple, man and woman, the way it should be, the way marriage should be, not civil unions. I'm all on board with the gays getting civil unions, but I'm not on board with marriage. Marriage is a church or a temple or a mosque business. That's got nothing to do. The government shouldn't be allowed to dictate that. But civil unions, I'm all for. Recognized by the state, 100% on board with you. So heterosexual, I saw this like a year ago, so it could be different now, but 36%, 26%, one of those two for heterosexual couples. We don't need to explain why. Some men are fucking scumbags and like to take advantage and beat women. However, we're also starting to see now that men have finally snapped and started reporting this shit, or it's because men have become weak and are reporting this because they're sissies. I don't know which one it is. Because we used to not report that shit because we didn't consider it abuse, but now that your average man on the street is so filled with soy, he's got tits. I don't know. Maybe they call it abuse. Now, finally, lesbians. It is a wild fight. It's like 86%. Like, lesbians are beating the fuck out of their partners. I don't get it. I don't know why. I do get it. It's a mental illness. I believe wholeheartedly that there are gay people. I do believe a very, 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 and on and on and on, small percentage of the global population just ingrained in their heads from birth to not like pussy or to not like dicks. It's just, I'm sure they exist, but it's small. It's incredibly small. It's negligible how small it is. All right? And you can point to the Greeks who were banging small children and banging dudes and try and tell me, see, it's happened in history before. Kind of like with the 2-spirit and 3-spirit thing. Okay. Sure, it's happened before. But it happened because some degenerate ruler in their society made it a thing. I don't know. The Greeks were raping little boys. Okay? That's all they did. Was raping little boys. Let's not pretend that's normal. Let's not point to that and say, see, people were gay, so ergo, everybody that says they're gay, it's ingrained in their DNA that they're gay. By the way, still waiting to find that gay gene, people. Ugh. Yeah. And you know what? I'm sorry. One more thing. Because I just want to get this out there because it's always pissed me off. When those idiots go on stage and say, oh, well, the Native Americans had a 2-spirit, a 3-spirit people, and look at their gods. Their gods, they have multiple genders. Their gods have multiple genders, so obviously people that are transgender exist, and that makes it okay, and we have to change all our nation's laws and everything else because some mythological people. I love how none of you scumbags believe in God until it benefits your argument, and then all of a sudden it's some pagan religion. Gods. Okay, I'll tell you what. When you can come to my house and introduce me to Zeus or Shiva, I'll tell you what, then I'll accept it. But I don't want to hear about your 2-spirit and 3-spirit bullshit from groups of people that were pillaging, raping, and murdering each other Enough with this idyllic Indian native, we live with the land. No, enough of that. They didn't know what the wheel was. They hadn't domesticated horses. They were raping and murdering each other and stealing their land constantly. These were not the best of people. They were just savages, like we all were at the beginning. They just got a later start. That's it. I don't get it, but if you want an in-depth as to how shitty sometimes and not so shitty other times, the Native Americans were, listen to Shane Gillis. He breaks it down pretty good. And I'm not saying they were all evil sons of bitches. I'm just saying, let's not pretend they didn't commit any actual acts of horrible atrocity. I think I used that right. Now I'm done, I promise. So, we did all right. I think we're going to be switching and keeping to the YouTube format now that we figured out a way to do that. I'm still going to be posting to Spotify just to figure out how to get the videos I make here onto, onto Spotify. I don't know. Look, I got a little nervous. Normally, if you've listened to the show before, we are sometimes all over the place, but we are a little more cohesive than this. I didn't plan on doing a show today, but I have been fucking up all over the place and not putting out a lot of content, and I feel bad about that. So I wanted to do a show, because me and Quitifer, we vamp. Like, it's just random BS. I'm off the cuff with the whole show. I don't even know it's not anything planned. So when me and him do that, it's fine, because we can dick around and make the conversation we get into makes up for it. When I'm by myself, I really should be prepared. So next time you hear me, I will be prepared. And everything will be more cohesive. I'll still digress. I'm always going to digress. I'm always going to bounce around, but it'll make a lot more sense. So bear with me for this first two-parter. And eventually it'll get better. Now, to my schmear spreaders who migrated over here, thank you. Without you spreading the word, I'd be left with a toasted naked bagel. And only diddlers eat naked toasted bagels. I ain't no diddler. You ain't no diddler. Because we got our schmear. Now, without further ado, none of another. Good night, and good luck.